All right, hello everyone. Ahoy mateys, this is A7X Fan Ben with Xerix, and this is Pirate CSG podcast number 40. So we got 40
Ahoy,
episodes.
you lad lubbers!
Yes, indeed.
Yarr!
Alright, so this one is going to be a casual, random episode. We just did a custom episode, which will be released in a little while from now. And we're on Discord, where you might be able to join the podcast, actually. Well, not that we're doing live, but anyway. But join the Pirate CSG Discord if you want. And that's where we're recording this, because Skype has been having some issues lately. So, oh well. So yeah, so I covered some news. This is my third podcast of the day on January 17th, just for context, in case some crazy world events have gone down by the time this comes out.
And my second.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we did the customs review, so kind of just gonna do a random one. We don't do a ton of like super casual random episodes. This one will be short, so let us know how you like it. But anyway, so yeah, the Pirates Ben site doing well. Some people on the forum. It's kind of slowly becoming more active than miniature trading. One of the news things today was that Obago Deuce for $500. That's crazy. That's insane, dude.
I saw the posts for that on the Facebook group. I'm like, no flipping way.
I know.
I'm like, no flipping way. And then I see the thing was like, someone bought that? Like, I mean, I could understand spending $500 on the game if it was like, like a complete set of Revolution and a complete set of I don't know, Ocean's Edge together in one lot. That might be worth $500.
Yeah, maybe.
But the Obago Deuce? I get that it's rare, but no, I'm not spending $500 for that. Sorry.
Yeah, I know, 3 cards of Styrene from 2008. But super rare Styrene, I guess, in a way.
I've theorized... What they used to print that thing with, man? Unicorn blood?
Yeah, really. I think it would be funny if somebody had a stash that like came out later, like a year from now. Somebody was like, "Oh, I have like 100 in a box I just found or something." But
what?
I thought about going to the old WizKids headquarters in near Seattle, Bellevue, and like going into the building and like trying to rummage around like a real pirate trying to find loot. But I've theorized in the past about what an Obago Deuce might go for in like the modern era, and I was thinking like one of the highest I've seen from the old eBay thread or the old pages of the eBay thread, it was like 230, 250 was a big one, and a bunch of them went for less. But I was thinking like 300, so 500 is really crazy. It's like halfway to $1,000. So, and for one ship.
Yeah,
so the other crazy thing is
that's excessive.
Yeah, the other crazy thing is I don't know if Eagleman 94 had best offer enabled, but if he did, maybe somebody thought somebody else was going to take it, so they just like bought it. I don't know if that's what happened, but
that was Eagleman who had that.
Yeah, Eagleman 94. Yeah, I was posting about it on the Facebook PST group. So yeah. Anyway,
I knew he sold stuff, but I didn't think he'd gotten his hands on a Deuce.
Yeah, I guess he had it for
He's got like a smattering of some of the LE pieces from like Fire and Steel in there.
Yeah.
He has always, I think, had like 3 of the 6 Morning Stars.
Yeah, he's always been a big collector. I didn't know he had a Deuce either, but not anymore.
Hey.
But
yeah, not anymore.
I think he made a profit on it, I'm pretty sure, I would think. So anyway. So we do have a few things to discuss at least. So the rules for thought threads are slowly running out of steam, mostly because the rules survey doesn't have a ton of responses. So I'll try to remember to link that. I'll make a note about that in a second. But so Wolf has posted on Pirates with Ben some very nice in-depth responses to rules for thought number 17 and 18, which are going to be 2 of the last of that series for now, at least, until more survey responses come in with interesting ideas. So, take the survey if you want to get more of those threads up and have, present interesting ideas for us to talk about, or not just us, but, on the forums and whatnot. So Wolf had an interesting idea. So he said he'd rather scrap the mandatory unloading rule completely. And so he says, make unloading require an actual action instead, maybe an explore action, or at least make it something that has to be actively triggered by a player beyond just arriving. So I don't know how I feel about that, because then you could have your ship dock at home, the gold is still there, and then an enemy could come up and use hoarding gold to like take all the coins before you can even unload them. So I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure about that either.
Yeah.
I think I've done something similar to what he's talking about in campaign games, but I'm not entirely sure what I did because I kind of made it up on the spot and I never wrote it down.
Yeah.
But it was like for like ships to, I think it was like explore each other at their home island or something. They had to like give an action or something.
Yeah.
Or some such thing.
Okay.
I don't remember it completely.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he goes on. There's a little bit more. And this gets into, this isn't really rules, but then talking about the game and like having it be collectible or not collectible. So he says, Wolf says, personally, I greatly prefer when you get everything in a single box or a main box with a couple optional expansions to break up the cost a bit. So I don't really mind either way. Like, I just love Pirates so much. Like, if it's collectible, that'd be fine. Like, if it came back someday and it was collectible, I'd be fine with that. Or if it was pretty much the opposite and you had like one set where everything is in it, that'd be fine with me too. I don't know. I guess I just want more pirates and I just like the game either way. So I'm not really like hardcore collectible or not collectible in for my view on it. So I don't know.
I really prefer collectible.
Yeah.
Like, the blind drop packs that would make like going to like, wherever the heck it's sold.
Yeah.
A bit more fun, a bit more excitement to opening a pack, like not knowing what's in it. Like, I pulled the super rares, or I pulled like 3 more of the thing I already have.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of like it's kind of cooler. It's like more cool, but also more frustrating, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm.
Well, they're making it. Yeah.
I might be one of the few people who's like on the fence or could go either way. I feel like a lot of people are passionately one side or the other on this. So, like, you're the opposite of Wolf for the most part. I don't know. It's tough. If the collectible, I will say, if the collectible nature, it was more profitable in a restart, and that did lead to more sets. I'd rather have, if collectible meant more sets and more pirates, I would support that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that
would lead to better sales and better long-term prospects for the game. Is pretty much what I would prefer, but there's no guarantee of that. And there's a lot of people on Board Game Geek that the collectible nature is what turned them off. And yeah, they're not like, they're the board gamers rather than, the Yu-Gi-Oh players. So kind of a big difference.
Die-hard, like, collectible war gamers.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of different types of people out there. So it's interesting. So, and that's one of the things I want to do in a poll or in the next survey. Oh yeah, I was going to do that. Yeah. I have a rough idea of like a Pirate CSG preferences survey, and the main question might be collectible, or would you prefer, other versions not collectible, or kind of a mix. So I think faction packs or something where you get like 8 ships, or no, like 9 ships guaranteed, and then 1 random, and the random one would be like SE or LE, but you wouldn't know what it was. That would be kind of interesting, I suppose.
Yeah.
Kind of a mix. I think that could work too, but I think faction packs.
It's like when they sold them the boxes that had like 2 or 3 packs worth of stuff in them.
Yeah, exactly.
But like making it specific, saying like on the front, like here you've got like 10 American ships guaranteed with 1 mystery ship.
Yeah, exactly.
That could be anything.
Yep. And I think the faction packs
something
has
like that.
some. It's a decent idea because people often complain about crew not being of the right faction that they get, or not their favorite faction. So I think faction packs is another idea that could be pretty solid. But
yeah, something you talked about was like just more generic crew. So like have like here's your pack of like 5 generic crew of each type for faction A.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, I like the idea of 4 to a card, and then make the Captain House and Explorer Oarsman card like way more common than the other types of crew, generic crew at least. So, and then the other forum reply I haven't gotten to yet, and we could maybe we'll come back to it. We'll see what happens. But anyway, there's definitely some interesting discussion on the Pirates of Ben forum. If you want to check that out, piratesofben.com.
I need to start posting in more than just custom ships.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm glad Wolf is in there now, and he's been posting today. So yeah, custom ships has almost all the responses in general. I wish some of the other threads were active. I have posted some new ones. I also have new thread ideas I'd like to post like once a week or maybe less often just to drag it out even farther. But like, did the POTC movies directly influence WizKids and making sets? Wolf says definitely, so it's cool to get some somewhat official confirmation on that. And then the strategy gameplay discussion thread brought over from Miniature Trading. And then the Hall of Fame voting expires like right now, I think. I think I was going to announce that today. Kind of poor turnout, but whatever. And then the year in review, end of year awards. Nobody seems to care much about that, but oh well.
Well, I've gotten so disconnected from everything. I don't think I've voted in the end of year awards.
Yeah.
Just because the end of 2018 was such a weird thing.
Okay. Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Getting banned from mini trading, all that stuff.
Yeah. True. Yeah. Yeah. The whole everything is just bizarre. Once the news broke that MT could implode, things. It's hard not to have a dark period, I guess. So whatever. There's light in the tunnel or whatever. And I've been posting on Pirates of Ben pretty much every day, like new like official site posts, not just forum posts. So I'm trying to do at least one a day. So yeah, I'm pretty
active on the blog thing you got, or
no, mostly migrating more content from Miniature Trading and then expanding and updating some of it. So on the forum page, the bottom right, the last part of the sidebar is like recent posts. So some of those are just reposted from Miniature Trading, but some of them are updated and like things like that. So I'm just trying to get the content out so it's searchable and whatnot. So because forums aren't, I don't know, I wish forums were more like search engine friendly, but I don't know, it doesn't seem to be the case very often. And then one idea for content is I've started the Q&A series where I take a Facebook group question or a YouTube question and like make it like a big post instead of because the reason I want to do that is because like a YouTube comment is only so good, and like I want to create like evergreen content for Pirates so that like I make a post and then people can reference it for like years to come rather than like a Facebook group post that people see for a week and then it disappears. So it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying to make it more long-lasting content that addresses the question in a more comprehensive way than like a Facebook comment. So, all right.
Yeah.
So you said you played recently, right? A few games or whatever.
I played a little bit over the winter break. Most recently, I've played with one of my brothers. The strike, the teacher strike in LAOSD has freed them up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I've been able to play with them a little.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the rain started on, like I think it was Monday, I was feeling in like a cursed and interesting mood. So I played 120 cursed fleet against their two 60-point fleets in a death match. What wound up happening, I wound up sinking one of my brother's ships, and then his ship like stayed away from the active combat and swooped in and won at the very end.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but well.
Yeah.
All right.
And then, do you remember the Free the Pirate King fleet challenge you did on mini trading?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So I can't remember exactly what I put into the Allied fleet, but I recreated that, and I've been running that here at home.
Yeah.
My one brother tried 3 times in a row and failed each time to free mission from Fortaleza Dorada.
Oh, wow.
And I'm beginning to wonder if statistically it's possible for the pirates to break through that.
Huh. Interesting. Huh.
Because I don't remember in the fleet challenge, did I give contestants 50 or 60 points?
I don't know. I'll try to look it up. We'll see if I can get it up fast enough. But yeah, I can't remember. I want to say 60.
Because eventually,
I'll look it up.
Yeah. Because I started him out like, okay, you've got 50 points to try and beat the Titan, the Enterprise, and the Soleil Royale, and Fortaleza Dorada.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only use pirates.
Yeah.
And then he was like, so I relented and gave him like, okay, 55, and you can use the Haga Tortuga to get you to 60.
Mm-hmm.
And then I gave him 60 points, and I think when I gave him the 60-point limit, he went with the Zeus. And he almost got me with Zeus, because I was controlling the Allied fleet. He almost won with the Zeus, but he missed like 2 or 3 shots. And so, I still had the Sleigh Royale and I still had the Titan up and active with a mast standing each. And they did, those two combined did enough damage for the Enterprise to swoop in and finish off the Zeus.
Yeah.
He got really mad.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, it says 60 points. Must be Pirate Pure. So, yep. Yeah, and that reminds me, if anybody on Miniature Trading is looking for the Fleet Challenge Archives thread, the reason you don't see it on the forum page is because Lord Denton's MT account has gone inactive, which means that his threads he has started generally don't show up in the forum, but they still exist. So in the thread of threads, it's under Fleet Challenges, kind of towards the top of the thread of threads. So the Fleet Challenge Archives is still available, just not as obvious as usual. And I don't know, that kind of reminds me, I might either republish that as a page on my site or at least republish the thread just so it's more visible. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, more dark times, but I haven't really played outside of the hourly campaign, and even that was compromised because my computer didn't work for some reason. I don't know.
You had issues with your stream?
Not during the stream. It worked fine. I had a few comments and everything, but it was more like after it was over, the recording and the stream recording on YouTube were like 8 minutes and 53 seconds when the session was like a full hour. So, and I looked at it and like I don't know, something got messed up. I don't know what happened. So I don't know if it was because I tried to record and stream at the same time, which is what I plan to do later today. I'm going to retry it because the podcast we've already done today worked fine. So I don't know. So I'm going to keep looking at my computer issue, of course, but I might have to record it and then upload it rather than live streaming. Or worst case scenario, if I can't fix the computer issue, I'll have to just like play without recording all of it, which kind of goes against the whole nature of the name of the game.
Yeah.
But I guess I could just do regular battle reports after, but hopefully I won't do that. I don't know what yet, but and maybe it was because like right now during these podcasts I don't have to have Vassal up, so I think that helps. It's just like Chrome, OBS, and sometimes like a spreadsheet or Skype, but I think Vassal may have been part of it, probably.
Too much going at once causes things to not work.
Yeah, my computer's held it together in the past, but this year it's slowing a little bit, or I don't know, it's kind of weird. But anyway, and maybe it was an OBS thing, I don't know. But one other topic, I can't remember, I don't think this is a suggestion, but I just thought of it randomly. So like funny or unfortunate quote unquote oh crap moments like during games, like when do you say like maybe a gameplay mistake or just something random that happens that you don't expect. So in the Ocean's Edge 10th anniversary game, which must have been April 2017, it was a solo game I played, I think like 4 fleets, something like that. The crab El Toro was actually right by Angelica, and they were actually engaged in battle, so it was Spanish and pirates fighting a bit. And I got a little too excited, and I had El Toro grab Angelica's neck, and then I started. The crab claws are kind of close together, so you can actually kind of throttle like a mast and stuff like that. So I don't know. I guess I got too excited and actually wanted to do like the physical act of like the crab winning the fight or whatever, because I think I had already succeeded at the shoot action with El Toro, maybe something like that. So then I wanted to like act it out. It'd be funny if I had it on video, but so I started actually like moving Angelica with El Toro's crab claws around the neck, but then Angelica's head got ripped off by the crab, so she died. So that was the end of Angelica. But luckily,
so did you literally like break the little styrene piece, or did it just come out of the slot?
Oh no, it broke because I don't know. I guess I did it too fast or too hard. I don't know. So El Toro like ripped Angelica's head off, like literally. So
oh dear.
So luckily it was a somewhat easy repair. It's kind of funny because now Angelica has more neck movement because the tape allows the head to move back and forth when you move the dragon. So now it's like she has more.
Cool.
It's almost like she has more head mobility now, so her neck can actually move back and forth, like her head can turn. So I mean, it's not good, but it's kind of amusing. So And it did make me feel kind of stupid for breaking like an SE, but I mean OE SEs aren't really even that rare or anything, so whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the main one I can think of, but I don't know.
Yeah, I had a moment like that when I was trying to build a one-masted longship, and I forgot which way to put the main deck. I put it on backwards and broke one of the little tabs. And like, oh man. Yeah. So what eventually I did was I didn't bother with my super glue that I normally do. I went and got the hot glue gun and used that, and that so far has held it together at the bow.
Yeah.
So thankfully that was the only thing that broke.
Yeah. Nice. Huh. Yeah, other than that, I don't know.
Although, funny stuff, going back to when I was running the Free to King with my brother, one of the attempts he made, he used the Darkhawk 2 and the Raven's Neck, and he put Jonah on one of them. And I don't know about you, but when I've used Jonah in games and the ship he's on has been shot at, I've never gotten, like, the 5 or 6.
Wow.
And this is, like, my brother who, like, claims he has horrible dice luck and, like, can't roll a 5 or 6, like, on a shoot action. With a ship with, like, rank 2 cannons, he'll roll 1s and 2s.
Yeah.
Even with world hating.
Yep.
So he's like, all right, I failed the shoot actions. I don't want to get a 5 or 6. What does he get? He gets 5 and 6 and loses half his crew. And to me, it was extraordinarily hilarious. But he was sitting there losing his mind. He's like, ah!
Yeah, that's just, I know. I've had that happen, similar things, not with Jonah, but yeah. I think my dice luck has slowly improved.
It was funny, but not.
Yeah, exactly. I know, it sucks to be on the losing end. It's frustrating when it becomes, like, systemic. It feels like you always roll low. Like, I had that problem for many years. It's improved a little bit in terms of my shoot action dice rolling. I roll fine with AAs and SAT and stuff, but shooting just doesn't work well. But it's improved a little. I think at this point, the past 2 or 3 years, I'm probably about normal luck, but I don't know, maybe not. Yeah.
He says he doesn't roll well for anything.
Huh.
Extra actions, shoots, boarding, everything. And he blames his dice.
He must be the unluckiest sailor of the pirates' realm.
Possibly. And there are some things where I've gone like, okay, there's no way.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've had my fair share. I mean, I once rolled 4 straight 1s with the London and missed everything, so.
Yeah. Huh. Yikes.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
I remember. I think it was during a campaign like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, I've had bad luck. Like, I don't know if you remember the reports where when I first got my HMS Grand Temple, she was horrible for a while, and it took me a long time to get it to, like, her to work out. Like, I couldn't roll worth crap. Like, her 2L cannons would always miss and stuff. It was bad. And yeah, I reposted. Yeah. I did repost. Huge Game Legacy is now up and running on pirateswithben.com, so that was a good one to edit and get all the links right. So now the links point to the battle reports on my fan site, the current versions, rather than the miniature trading ones, which are still up, but, like, I don't know. Who knows if they might go down any day now. So, yeah.
Yeah, I took a look at that. It was nice to take a little trip down the lane.
I know. I almost always get tempted whenever I see my battle reports, and I want to experience them again. But then I'm like, I got too much to do. It's just tough to resist sometimes. I was looking at the superlatives, and that's something we should do. We still got to do that someday. That would be a long one, but like a YouTube video of campaign game only talk. But and yeah, I asked in the comment, do you have the campaign game BRs for your game saved? I don't know if you have all of them saved or not, but I asked in the comment.
I think I've got Word doc.
Okay.
So you have to reply to that? I don't know if I got an email.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. It's exactly what we were talking about, because I don't know. I guess I must have to do the @Xerix or whatever username. So
yeah, I think that might be what it is.
Okay.
I've got Word docs, I think, or I've created Word docs now. Like for the very first campaign I posted on Mini Trading, the Century of Empire in 2015, I didn't write up a Word doc for that. I wrote everything into the forum at Mini Trading and then clicked post.
Yeah.
But before I got banned, when it was announced the site might go down, I asked you to unlock, and I created a Word doc for that.
Oh, nice.
And nice. I think the image links, somehow to post image were okay, or something like that. I don't know what it was.
Yep.
But I think I've got Word docs for all those. And starting, I think it was last year, for the summer games, all the battle reports are on YouTube.
Yep, exactly.
Like Century of Economy 2017, Century Economy 2018. Those are both on YouTube, I think.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. All right, that's good to know.
And I think I created playlists for those on when I made them. So if you just link to the first one in the playlist, it should just automatically.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna make a note about that. All right.
Yeah, and I'm not doing, if I can help it, I'm not doing written battle reports anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little easier to do the video ones, especially if I've just got the image to work with. I don't have to worry about syncing up vocals to video, like I did for when I made the island making video, the part 1.
Yeah.
Gotta do the part 2 to that soon. Get the paint done and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you were watching that one, were there any parts where the video, did like a funny a fuzz thing?
Not that I remember. From one of the reports? I don't remember that. No.
No, the island one, when I was making the island.
Oh, not that I remember, but one thing I noticed is
because my brother watched it and he said that there were parts of it that looked like they had gotten corrupt.
Okay, I thought
the video file at least. So.
The thumbnail looked weird to me. The thumbnail was like the preview picture was fuzzy, but
yeah.
But anyway.
So that's either my the camera memory card that I have going, or like the camera I use to record the video.
Yeah.
Just isn't good anymore.
Yeah. I still have to do battle reports where I'd like talk over a picture rather than doing video like stream or regular report. But anyway, but for the THC, I hope to stream it because it's really convenient to just not like bother reporting because it's all just there. It's all just the game. So that the game is the reports. So, anyway.
I've thought about streaming, but I don't really want to figure out how to use my webcam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy for.
And I don't know if I can run OBS.
Yeah. Yeah, I could help you with it if you wanted to. But yeah, assuming it keeps working for me, I don't know. Hopefully it'll work today, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, you've done all your streaming off of YouTube, right?
Yeah. Well, we went live on Facebook for like one of the set reviews, I think, but that was a podcast. So,
yeah. Have you thought about Twitch for streaming stuff?
Yeah, I've thought about that, but most people I think would prefer YouTube from the survey. And then I think the responses in the survey said they wouldn't mind seeing a Pirate CSG game in video form, but like a lot of people said no to the live stream on Twitch option. So I don't know. Unless it surpasses you. Yeah, I have a Twitch account. I haven't really used it. Unless it surpasses YouTube, I don't really think I'm going to bother. So.
Well, there's a lot of people migrating from YouTube to Twitch. A lot of people becoming streamers because of the ad apocalypse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't blame them. Yeah.
I've thought about it, but yeah, I don't want to put my face on camera necessarily, which is why I don't do webcam stuff.
Yeah, no, I vibe with that. Yep. Yeah, I don't like close-ups. Like when I do the vlog, I try to make it really small. I'm like, but whatever. I don't really think I have a challenge for the listeners. I guess I do have a question of the day, which would be: do you yourself have any oh crap game moments from Pirate CSG, like a crab ripping off a dragon's head or whatever? So especially like gameplay where it's like, wait, what happened? So I guess it could be like a rules gaffe or something like that. But those are pretty common. So kind of more crazy.
Yeah, I've had those.
Yeah.
Going back to that first Century of Empire, I played it. That's the only campaign game I've played on the floor of a room, and that was the only time that one of my brothers stepped on the signet, or stepped on my copy of the signet at the time, and just crunched it.
Yeah.
I think I described it in the battle report as a meteor came out of the sky and squished it.
I remember that. Yeah. All right. Yeah, about half an hour. So that's this episode, podcast number 40. So it's had the question of the day already. So thanks for listening. Let us know, of course, as always, any podcast topics to talk about in the future. But beyond that, this was E7X Fan Ben with Xerix, and signing off for now.